You can't drink beer though.
That's
I
one more.
think he chugs that. He sent me a beer, guys, and I was wasted off of one beer that he sent me. So, oh, I got hammered. Anyways, hopefully you guys had a good day today. Um, I think the day, as in the trading day, what would you guys call this in terms of what we cover in class? And when I tell you guys, some of days are tradable, some days are not very tradable. And I would say today is probably the day you probably could have walked away, right? If you nailed the trade, just walk away because everything you did, you probably did it wrong. When they thought they're going lower, they came back and bounced. When they thought they were in higher, people got, unless you're playing scalps for 2, 3 points, you could have made some money. Otherwise, it was pretty difficult to read, right? You have a gap down, but yet you failed to make higher highs, right? I'm sorry, you have a gap up, but you failed to make higher highs. At first I mentioned that auction was not very confident when we started, so I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this level right here, and that would be big, right? So if you guys think about the profile that we had the day prior, I believe Friday, right? We talked about it briefly. That's a liquidation profile, if you guys remember, right? We peaked above this GNL area high, and then we dumped all the way down, closed at the lows, and then they have a little bit of a gap down between these two levels, right? But they didn't go very far. And if you could fib this out, but we barely cracked. We didn't even tap the 96.75. We came very close, but that was the single prints or the excess, if you want to call it. There's tiny little bit here in between that was left by the sellers that day. So it's not the most confident auction up, and you can see at any time we peaked, we came very close to these value area highs and the low here, and we were not able to kind of hold in this distribution. So if you think about it, they're trying to seek acceptance right here. And look what they did. They came and they got rejected once, twice, right? So it was not very confident, but I didn't see a lot of aggressive sellers either, right? So maybe the sellers were looking for a better short cover rally to sell it from the higher prices, and that didn't occur, right? So now what we have to do, what is the critical level for bulls to continue? What would you guys think? So this is the profile, right? You sold off here. This is a massive value here. You built the most value above this value, right? So if you look at the value area low, on this one here. It's right here along the value area high here, about 13 points. So a pretty tight value, which means what?
No other time frame participants.
No other time frame participants. Yeah. So nobody's from other time frame people. They're not really looking to extend this, right? So if this short cover rally is dead and they're not able to go above this 92 tomorrow, the value area high, what is that telling you? Well, that's telling you they're accepting this. They're not really trying to go higher. If they go higher and they get rejected, let's say this 96.75 or so, and they fall back inside this, there's probably a high chance that they're going to go, this 80. I would ultimately think they're going to visit this range right here. And this range is still fairly important for us because for today, if you guys remember, we wanted to go above this range to basically hold and accept the higher values. So tomorrow, if they can't crack about this right out of the gate or early on, and they don't find any acceptance in this tiny, tiny value that they created, I mean, this is what they're trying to get in. If they can't, I'm pretty sure that we fill this gap and visit this 5-month CPOC, which was really magnet last night. ETH, if anyone caught that, that was pretty nice. Here they cracked it. They went to this 18 level. And then since then, basically they ran and gave us nothing in RTH. And this was in the notes when I said lose 44 and there's a high chance you're going to 18. They came back and that was our yearly VWAP here. And that was almost a perfect bounce off of it. And then, strong buyers came in, aggressive, came back. So if we can't hold this level, high chance we visit this 75 or whatever zone you want to call it here. If they can build value above the PD value area high, because that means most likely the short cover rally that we had today is dead. And then we're most likely going to retest this 44, 18. I would think between these two is also depending on how the IB set. a high chance that we're going to explore all the way here, 44, 18, 02, and then of course this would be the next set of targets that we have. And this is what I'm targeting, some of it with my spy puts that I'm swinging. Okay, does that make sense? And
Yes.
we're right below it now. So don't be surprised if we put in a new low here tonight that we're gonna open at 44 here tomorrow morning. I'm gonna watch for this to see if I can short this and drive it all the way to the bottom. This looks pretty weak. Let me just check footprints. Yeah, this looks about ready to collapse if they lose this. I would say 74. Yeah, this looks weak. All right. Any questions on this?
What's that level at? 18?
Which one? Sorry.
6018.
Oh, that was just a yearly VWAP for me.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think it was actually anchored VWAP, but then I took it back and it was basically a day apart from the yearly VWAP. So I had it at 18. Maybe I messed up somewhere, but here it shifted a little bit. So 16. Okay. So key for bulls, if they want to continue the short cover rally, they want to go above this, right? Where they got rejected twice. And if they, of course, lose this here, this should be, on your watch where you have the gap, you have the two value area lows, right? Stacking here. But in terms of value, we're still shifting lower. The key for, of course, the bears is to shift this to accept in the lower distribution right now. Obviously, we're failing here right now. We tried to get in, we failed. I would say there's a very high chance that we tap this level tomorrow if we can't even smell 75 before open from the bottom. High chance we visit 44. It's about 31 points on the short side. So I would say my bias is short anywhere below 93, goes to extreme below 75-ish, this zone monthly, and then you have the 44, 18 or 16, sorry, and then 02. I think we just might execute it here after hours. Looks like it's starting. Here's your access low here now. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it tonight, guys. Any questions from anyone? No, guys, I'll be on in the morning till about maybe 10:25, 10:30. And then I gotta attend my son's cool event.
Powell's speaking at 10, right? To Congress?
I believe, yeah, he's being questioned, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So maybe avoid it after 10 or before. Once he starts speaking, I would not be in any trades, right? Because he can say it, something wrong, and it can be understood differently by different people. So I would tread carefully tomorrow then around 10ish. I'll be on the first half an hour then, and then let him play it out and see. Unless they give you a clear setup where, let's say, they go above this zone and lose it, then I would turn biased, a little bit more bearish for the speech and see how it goes. But I would definitely monitor the footprints if you're going to trade.
Hey, Shorty, I'm curious what you saw on Tesla that where you got called out calls.
Yep. So if you look at Tesla, and I think we talked about the level. So here's the cumulative POC, and you see there's a big shelf here. Is there a high chance that we hit this 343.25 tomorrow? I would say probably yes. And I'll probably double on it, right? Then add maybe next week's contracts, 360, 365s. But now if you look at the monthlies for a second, I'm gonna hide this for a moment. Here's your monthlies right now. So if this was the balance right here, right? I would say, let's say this was the balance right here that they had. Which monthly profile is the profile that broke out? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay. We switch it to monthly. So if this was the one that broke out, what I like to find in this case is, can this go to, 320? Of course, yeah. There's a high chance they can go to 320. And that's the level that I would watch right here. But now if you look at the monthly, is there anything that you're watching here? This month's low where we broke out of the balance is where? 348.20. And if this is the breakout that caused a run of 100 plus points, what do you think will happen once we get inside, let's say, in this level here? What would you expect to see?
Higher time frame buyers.
I would expect somebody to be like, oh man, we dipped below the value here. We popped, we failed to bounce. And maybe it was a late bounce, and then you're looking to spike. And if they fail this level right here, 340, 325, the odds of 315 and then even 220 are very, very high. My next level is somewhere around here, I believe, right here. So if they lose this, this is a quick drop. So, and this being a fair value for about a month, right? That means there should be some buyers at some point that consider a fair price. If these guys fail right here, high chance we do this. It would look like something like this. And this would have a little bounces here and here, but ultimately it would go here. But I'm looking just for a bounce. That's why I bought weeklies. I didn't want to buy time. If it doesn't work out, I'll find out quickly.
Thanks. Yeah.
Does that
You
make
take
sense? Okay. I think there's other few that are looking for potential sell-off. I'd keep an eye on this one here as well. This one looks really familiar with what we've seen before, if you guys recall. Even an NQ at one point. What is the problem here? Anyone?
All the volumes at the bottom.
Anything else?
tight range at the top.
Mm-hmm. If it's a tight range and you peaked above the range and you're not able to accept higher, what is this telling you?
Buyer exhaustion.
Buy exhaustion, and most likely you're going to be looking to find where was the previous value. So, I would think that most likely they're going to auction to this one here. So I'm watching for some longer data puts on Meta here. Just FYI.
We need some puts on gold. Have you seen gold lately?
I did not.
That damn thing's a nuke.
Oh my God, yeah. And it's just going. Well, we know somebody's lying. Oh man, this looks pretty. How's volume? I mean, it's not bad. It's not falling off. A little bit here. Oh man, DXY is still in a very bullish zone. Yeah, DXY should be going to what, 12? No, tomorrow you might want to watch this level in tandem with market. If this reclaims this level right here, oof, could get nasty here.
So you said that something about a class on how the bonds affect the market. So if that goes up, then the market goes down?
That's correct. Yeah, this is your 10-year yield. Yields and bonds have inverse, right? And then the yields and market also have inverse. Yeah, this looks, if it accepts here, man, it's gonna look pretty deadly here. Probably a visit to 4.7. And your mortgage rates, just FYI, are based off of this. Has nothing to do with the 30 years or whatever. It's measured off the 10 years. And market's just dipping slowly here. Whoever's,
Yeah. ES just lost 74.
yeah, I just saw that. I got alerts. Yeah, there's a high chance we're gonna hit this gap, and hopefully we hit 44. I got fell short. Hi guys, well, I'll see you tomorrow about an early, and then I suggest if you're new or not familiar, just avoid trading maybe during Powell's speech or a little bit before. Maybe just trade afternoon till it settles. Oh my God, there's a gap. Oh, here's a gap fill. This is looking fun.
We
I'm
waited
gonna
for this
Hold on.
all day.
all fucking day, and they do it now.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how many times I tried to short? Today was my red day. I tried to short twice. I was down 680, made some money in the afternoon, and then I lost it again. So it was a pretty rough day, trading even for myself. So don't beat yourself up over it. Yeah, I think we're gonna fill this tonight.
What was your fill on that?
On this one, I'm in a 73.5. It was just a stop sell. I immediately got when you said it went below, it's like beep 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 beep. It's just vibrating everywhere. My wife always wonders, why is my phone always on like focus mode? I'm like, man, I get like on trading view, on toss, I probably get between 60 to 80 alerts a day. So mine's always on not disturb.
Yeah, these boys are selling it.
Are you setting all those alerts?
Yeah. Like when I do toss scans and I come back, then I put the levels in, and as they hit, I kind of just look at them and see what's coming, what's going.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Hopefully they leave something for people that are not trading overnight, but I am short here. Looking to see if they give me this 44. My stop losses, if anyone cares, about 79, 75. Probably will lift it to 82.5 just to be on the safe side. There's a seller waiting in 80, 81. Maybe I stick with him.
NQ dropped instantly 30 points.
NQ is just today, man. I traded it. Honestly, there's a reason why I don't trade it anymore. I mean, as my heartbeat goes up, like I don't know if anyone has like Garmin watch, but it keeps saying your heart is beating way too hard. Stressful day as soon as I start trading NQ, so I'm gonna avoid it. It's not good for your heart. But this looks pretty bad here, so I would say they're most likely gonna bounce on NQ. I would say you're looking somewhere right here. As long as this is not extended, you should be getting somewhere around here. Oof, man, they're not gonna bounce yet.
That was a nice
NQ,
candle.
NQ has another 100 points to go. If anyone's daredevil with them, NQ, just there's a high chance they're gonna send this lower. Yeah, 694 looks promising here. Well, they're about to do the gap. They're gonna bounce here. Looks like they're trying to bounce right now. All right, guys. Good night. See you guys tomorrow.
Good night, Shorty. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye bye.